Right. Let's talk about Canada, that vast, chilly expanse of politeness and maple syrup that sits atop the United States like a sensible woolly hat. We love our neighbors to the north. They give us poutine, Ryan Reynolds, and a place to threaten to move to every 4 years. It's a relationship built on mutual respect, shared values, and the quiet understanding that their national animal, the beaver, is just a rat that's good at swimming and home renovation. It's all been very lovely, very civil. But it seems the hat is angry. Yes, America's hat has decided to put its foot down, which is a confusing metaphor, but stick with me. Coming in at number 10 on Canada's hit list is a product central to American cuisine, ketchup. Yes, that glorious, sugary condiment Americans slather on everything from fries to inexplicably well-done steak. But this isn't just about taste. This is personal, a symbolic shot across the bow. For decades, iconic Heinz ketchup was produced in Leamington, Ontario. When an American firm bought Heinz and shut that plant down, it left a sour taste. So this tariff isn't just a trade maneuver. It's the culinary equivalent of unfriending someone on Facebook. It's a targeted, long-simmering, tomato-flavored revenge. At number 9, we have a direct assault on the American suburban dream, the lawnmower, specifically the ride-on mower. That great American weekend tradition of sitting on a tiny tractor to achieve a perfectly manicured, unnaturally green patch of grass is now under fire. This tariff targets a symbol of American leisure and conformity, a multi-billion-dollar industry built on the idea that nature must be tamed. Canada, it seems, is suggesting its citizens might be better off with a bit more wilderness in their backyards, or at least getting some exercise with a good old-fashioned push mower. Sliding into the number 8 spot, we have sleeping bags. This might seem random, but it's a calculated strike against the very idea of the American spirit. Think about it. The call of the wild, the rugged individual conquering the frontier. Today, that spirit is packaged and sold in the form of high-tech outdoor gear from brands like Coleman. By targeting sleeping bags, Canada is aiming squarely at this lifestyle product, a potent symbol of American adventure. It's a subtle jab that says, you might have invented the national park, but we have the real wilderness, and we don't need your fancy gear to enjoy it. Our countdown continues at number 7 with a food fight in the dairy aisle, yogurt. This isn't just about breakfast. It's about one of the most sensitive and contentious issues in U.S.-Canada trade, dairy supply management. Canada fiercely protects its dairy farmers with a system of quotas and high tariffs, which keeps prices stable and the industry local. American yogurt, with its endless varieties and aggressive pricing, is a direct threat to that system. So by targeting it, Canada isn't just poking a multi-billion-dollar U.S. industry. It's building a fortress around its own farmers, using tubs of Greek yogurt as the ramparts. At number 6, we find another morning ritual under attack, coffee. But hold on, before an entire nation panics, this is a masterclass in strategic tariffing. Canada isn't banning the raw coffee beans that fuel its workforce. That would be political suicide. Instead, the ban specifically targets roasted and packaged coffee from the U.S. This is the value-added part of the chain, where American corporations like Starbucks and Folgers make their big profits. It's a surgical strike designed to hurt corporate bottom lines south of the border, while ensuring the fundamental supply of caffeine to the Canadian populace remains blissfully uninterrupted. It's a way of saying, we'll still drink the coffee, we just won't be paying your markup for it. Cracking the top 5, we enter the realm of the truly strategic. At number 5, toffee. This might seem like a soft target, but it's a masterclass in precision. By targeting a non-essential luxury good, Canada inflicts economic pain without causing hardship for its own citizens. No one will riot over a toffee shortage. But for the American companies exporting millions in these treats, it's a bitter pill to swallow. It's a signal saying, we can hurt your niche markets, a subtle but firm jab. At number 4, Canada takes aim at American whiskey. We're talking bourbon from Kentucky, Tennessee whiskey, a direct shot at a culturally iconic U.S. export. But this is also a surgically precise political maneuver. The tariff was designed to hit the economies of states represented by powerful political figures, like then Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell of Kentucky. The message was clear. Your trade policies have consequences, and we're bringing them right to your front porch, creating a geopolitical hangover for Washington's most influential players. Pouring into the number 3 spot, orange juice. This tariff was a direct strike at the heart of Florida's multi-billion-dollar agriculture industry. Why Florida? Because in American politics, Florida is a crucial swing state that can decide elections. This move was designed to squeeze the state's economy, making its influential politicians take notice. It's a classic strategy. Apply pressure where it will be felt most acutely, not just in farmers' wallets, but in polling numbers. A trade dispute becomes a sour political problem in the Sunshine State. At number 2, a massive escalation, aluminum boats. This is where the trade spat stops being polite, moving past food and into heavy manufacturing. This tariff represents a serious economic blow to U.S. industries, particularly in the Great Lakes and Midwest, another politically sensitive area. These aren't just pleasure crafts, they represent skilled jobs and significant export revenue. By targeting boats, Canada signaled it was prepared to move beyond symbolic gestures and inflict real damage on the American manufacturing sector. A shot across the bow. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. After boats, whiskey, and juice, what could possibly be number 1? The number 1 banned U.S. product is playing cards. That's right, a simple deck of 52 cards. Economically, it's almost meaningless, but symbolically, it's a work of genius. This is the mic drop of retaliatory tariffs. It's Canada looking the United States dead in the eye and saying, "We see your high-stakes political gambling, your tariff bluffs, and your unpredictable deal-making. You're treating international relations like a poker game, and we refuse to play." It's the most Canadian response imaginable. Polite, clever, and a devastatingly symbolic checkmate. Think of international trade like a massive neighborhood potluck. For years, everyone's been happily swapping dishes. But then, the U.S. decides it's had enough of what Canada's bringing. It stands up and declares, "No more of Steve's terrible casserole." Now Steve, being Canadian, is polite but firm. He retaliates, "Fine, then nobody gets my delicious poutine." Suddenly, the friendly feast turns into a food fight, with everyone's dinner getting ruined. This is a trade war in its simplest form, a tit-for-tat cycle of penalties. But these aren't random. Retaliatory tariffs are chosen with surgical precision to inflict maximum political pain. For instance, a country might target a product made exclusively in the home state of a powerful politician. Suddenly, local factory workers are at risk, and they start calling their representative demanding action. It's less about economics and more about political jujitsu. But while governments play this high-stakes game, it's the average person who foots the bill. Ultimately, nobody really wins in a trade war, especially not the consumer. These tariffs disrupt complex supply chains, meaning costs go up and are passed directly to you. That new lawnmower you wanted is suddenly 25% pricier, and your favorite imported hot sauce disappears from the shelf. It simply means higher prices and fewer choices. It's like two people in a canoe who get into an argument and start hitting each other with their paddles. They might land a few blows, but they're forgetting one crucial detail: they're in the same boat. The most likely outcome is that they both end up wet, angry, and sinking together, while their shared canoe drifts aimlessly, far from their destination. So, what happens next in this North American soap opera? Will there be a dramatic reconciliation, or will things escalate further? The next episode depends entirely on the actions of the U.S. government. Canada has made its retaliatory move. The ball, or perhaps the bottle of ketchup, is now squarely in America's court. This entire episode is a powerful reminder that the U.S.-Canada trade relationship is one of the most deeply integrated in the world. Over $2 billion in goods and services cross the border. Entire industries, like automaking, are built on these connections, where a single car part might cross the border multiple times during production. This relationship is built on decades of trust. Disrupting it is like taking a sledgehammer to a Swiss watch. And yet, for now, we are left with a strange new reality where this complex relationship is being held hostage by a list of seemingly random stuff. The flow of goods between two of the world's closest allies is being dictated by a list that includes toffee, playing cards, and strawberry jam. It seems bizarre, but each item is a calculated jab. That ketchup tariff? It targets a major producer in Pennsylvania. The whiskey tax? A shot at Kentucky. It's all designed to put pressure on specific political figures. It's a high-stakes geopolitical strategy that manifests as a ban on candy and condiments. It's a serious issue with real economic consequences. But you have to admit, when a trade dispute boils down to the free movement of licorice and felt-tip pens, it's also completely and utterly absurd. And the polite yet firm, targeted retaliation? That's very, very Canadian.